So Manchester City are, of course, the champions in the Premier League after Man United failed to beat Leicester City. But what about the Champions League race? That's still on the cards. Who's in? Who's out? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again on the prediction show. Today we're taking a look at matchday number, what is it? Matchday number 36 or 7 or something like that out of the Premier League. And we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new to the channel, stop the old subscribe button. If I up to date, all things Premier League related, Blackburn Rovers related, whoa, football related, we're going to know here. Under one roof, of course, the seasons are coming to a close, but fear not, the content does not. We keep on keeping on into the summer with Euros, Cup America, and all sorts of other kind of bits and pieces. So make sure you smash your subscribe. Also, make sure you check out the old Discord. That is live, and it's free to everybody. You can jump right in and chat with the people. We've just been chatting about the new kits, some of the new kits that have been released. So make sure you get involved with your Discord. And again, a big shout out to the VIPs. Who are they? I'm talking about the Patreons, boys and girls. Thank you for your continued support behind the scenes. But anyway, let's get cracking and have a little look then, shall we? Of course, with the last round of matches then, shall we? Of course, jump in the deep end, of course, and go back all the way back to, where was it? It was Leicester up against, who was that? Newcastle United. 4-2 win in the end for Newcastle. That's back on Friday the 7th of May. Callum Wilson with the brace. He scores goals at this level, boys. He scores goals at this level. Joseph Willop and Paul Drummett on the score sheet, giving Newcastle the win. Barton and Coach Ichinachi on the score sheet as well, giving Leicester a bit of hope, but unfortunately not too good in the end. 2-0 for me, 4-2 though for Newcastle. Leeds United also upset the apple cart against Ryan Mason's Tottenham Hotspurs, of course. Not really working out for him at the moment, is it? Sung Young-min with the goal, of course, for Spurs. Dallas, Bamford and Rodrigo get the goals for Leeds United. Looks like... I fear that Harry Kane's going to go on his way then. I thought maybe Manchester City could snap him up. Could he go abroad? I think, you know what, he's got to be playing at the top level. And depending on who they bring in, I think the managerial appointment could persuade him to stay another season. But if they're going to bring a meaningful, woeful kind of appointment, I think Kane is going to be on his way out. Who would snap him up though? Who's got the money to do that? PSG maybe. I don't know. That'll be a bit of an anti-climax if he went there. Anyway, of course, so I got that one wrong. Went with Spurs, as did I think most of us. Sheffield United against Palace. I think I went with Sheffield United on this one. I was hoping for a little bit of fight at the end, but Benteke Eberiche easy on the score sheet. He's been an absolute revelation for Palace this season. Actually went with Palace, a fair play to me. So kudos in the end. Manchester City against Chelsea. Good game that was. Going in favour of Chelsea in the end, 2-1. They look the part. Hakim Ziyech on the score sheet. Marcus Alonso as well. Sterling giving Manchester City the lead, but of course they were waiting to become champions on that day, but they had to wait a couple of days anyway. But 3-2 was my pick, going one way, 2 the other way. Meanwhile, Liverpool against Southampton was a 2-0 win and got that one bang on the nose. I think Mane was on the score sheet against his old buddies, wasn't he? And of course Thiago getting a goal as well in the 90th minute. Wolves against Brighton ended up as a 2-1 win for Wolves. That's correct. Of course, we have already know the relegated teams. Lewis Dunk was a hero and a zero, got himself a goal and then got sent off, which kind of turned the game around anyway. Adamant Traore and Morgan Gibbs White getting goals for Wolves before Neil Maupay made it a bit even more of a mountain to climb for Brighton as they ended the game with just 9 men. Villa against Manchester United was a 3-1 win despite Villa going in front. The other Traore there, Bertrand Traore, giving Villa the lead. Fernandes, Greenwood and Cavani, of course, has extended his deal at Manchester United to make it 3-1. Ollie Watkins getting himself sent off as well. A lot of red cards dotted about as well. Meanwhile, of course, the Hammers, unfortunately, they fluffed their lines as well. They lost to Everton. Dominic Calvert-Lewin with a goal to give Everton a boost for their Champions League spots. Of course, West Ham, though, fluffing their lines right at the death here. Arsenal did do a bit of a... they actually relegated West Brom with a 3-1 win over at the Emirates. Smith Rowe, Pepe and Willian on the score sheet. Matthias Pereira getting a goal. He's already been linked with Leipzig and other clubs in the Premier League also sniffing around. I think Leicester City are looking at him to bring him in as well. So he looks like he's going to stick around in the Premier League or at least the top flight somewhere in Europe. Into the back end of this one now. We go Monday. It was the 10th of May. It was the six-finger freaky stories. They got over the line here. Winning they're in. So Burnley and Dyche will be back next season. 2-0 win. Ashley Westwood and Chris Wood. The Woods are combining there to get the goals for Burnley, unfortunately. Meanwhile, what have we got going on here? Southampton against Crystal Palace. And it was a 3-1 win for Southampton. Danny Ings with the brace. Che Adams as well. Christian Benteke on the score sheet, of course. I think all of those could be going to the Euros as well. We've got Danny Ings for England. Che Adams for Scotland. Of course, Christian Benteke for Crystal Palace. I mean, for Belgium. Meanwhile, I don't know about Benteke. That might be a stretch. What else did I actually went with a 2-1 win for Southampton. Of course, Manchester United did lose to Leicester. They did play a bit of a young, fresh lineup. Luke Thomas on the goal with a banger. Greenwood also with the goal not too long ago. And then Kaucha Sachochu getting, of course, the winner for Leicester City in the end. So, keep on keeping on. Of course, Chelsea did take on Arsenal. And, my big fat head is in the way. It ended up, I've got the big old pen on. Get the pen off, mate. Get the bloody pen off. It ended up as a 1-0 win for the Gunners. Actually, another 3-0 win for Chelsea. The 1-0 goal coming from Emil Smith-Rowe. A bit of a clang at the back there. Of course, Jorginho made a bit of a mess of it. But giving Arsenal the unlikely win to give the chasing pack a bit of a chance in the old Champions League race. And of course, this final game here, Aston Villa against Everton, is still to take place. I've gone with the 1-0 for Villa. I don't know what I've done on the next slide because we're going to go and probably re-predict that. I don't know how we're going to do this. But we'll see. Depending on when you get your picks in, we'll see. We'll see how it all pans out. But of course, that's me. I did okay. I'm not really fussed about it these days. I'm not winning anything. Of course, that's the situation with the thing about Bobby. Roberto Horst did bits. Ojo 52 also did good. The Aston Villa Seal didn't do great. Mark Chapman also did great. Adrian not too bad. Alex Well also did bits. Hans Worst not too shabby. Of course, Sam Reese year 5 he did shite. Ultra fair play to you, brother. Of course, Ojo 52 also did good. And Yanabasa did bits. R787B also did good. Game Chat not too bad, of course. And Game Chat and Joachim Jackson. Well done to you. Of course, Matt Gunner did bits. Peterborough Fan TV had a shocker. Of course, Ahmed Sochi kicked us and took some names. Macho Donald Issa also did good. Costas K, he's okay. Alpha VMPB also did good. Of course, leading or trying to be one of the leaders at the moment. Legas good also did good. Fernando Josiska Sigurd, but not too bad. Of course, Lee 2021 smashed it. Absolutely smashed it. Well done to you, of course. Faudi Sade also did good. Of course, Kuriho did bits. Luka Kajanovic also did good. And AJ24 not too shabby. Ryan C, he did alright with an edit. Omar Escoville also did very well. And JSP FC, how great you did good. So not too bad either. Well done to you. Of course, Ollie Hamling also did bits. Oh, Magic Monday did poop. Okay, did okay. And Vincent Long did bits. Russell Fast, well done to you. Kicking ass. And of course, Yannick Seifert also did great. And Harrison Jane, he did bits. And of course, Tom Stein not too bad either. Well done to you, of course. Ricardo W, not too bad. Of course, Ivan Stringer did okay. What about the leaderboard? Have a look at it for this week and this week alone. Hey. Well, show me the leaderboard, man. Show me the bloody leaderboard. Show me the winner for this week. I think it's no question. It's Lee 2021. Look at that. 8 out of whatever we had there. So fair play to him. He wears the crown heading into the penultimate weekend, I think, of the football over in the Premier. What's that done to the overall leaderboard, though? Who is the kingpin in waiting? Who's going to be wearing the crown at the end? Well, we still have a race on our hands. Is Yao for VMPP. He has a 3-point cushion over Costas K. He's okay. Vinny Hong's up there as well in third spot as well. Hans Worst, Magimundo, not too far away either. Legolas good, not too far off as well. So there's a chance for a bonus point here. There is a chance for a bonus point. I have stuck the FA Cup final in here, so we're going to try and get that in. So make sure you get that picking, because that's a free point there that we didn't really account for. So that's coming at you right here, right now. So I believe, what are we looking at here? We are looking at the table. I'm looking at the table. It's quite confusing how many games there are left in the Prem. So we got this week's fixtures, which is about 10. Then we got another 10. So there's about 30 odd points left up for grabs. So realistically, when you look at this thing, you're looking at maybe 150 at the absolute backbones of this. But realistically, I'm looking at maybe a top 10 race here. Even Russell Frost, can't rule him out. Ocho Mamura as well. So maybe up to the top 10. I'll still win this hunt for the crown. That is Premier League glory. Of course, the MVP is, of course, if he gets them all right from here on in, he is going to be the Prediction King champion. So let's take a look at, of course, the table right here, right now. Of course, Manchester City are champions, 10 points clear, but they've got only 9 on the offering. Manchester United are second, 4 points clear of Leicester City. Of course, that's still not home and host just yet. 2 games left for Leicester City. Chelsea also still in the hunt. West Ham have a game in hand. Of course, win that, they go with 3 points adrift of Chelsea, who have to play Leicester City, of course. So there's still hope there for West Ham to get it. But can't rule out Liverpool as well with a game in hand. Win that, and they go above West Ham into 5th. So So I was actually talking to a couple of Liverpool fans the other day, and we were talking. I already put them in the Europa League. I said, next season when Liverpool are in the Europa League, well, they might still do this. They might still do this, of course. And yeah, so that's the table right now. Fulham, West Brom, and Sheffield. Now the guys that went up go straight back down. In fact, they don't go all straight back down because Leeds stay up. West Brom, Fulham go down. Sheffield United are joining them, and they'll be in the Championship next season. So here we go. These are the fixture lists we're going to do. Of course, Villa, Everton, United, and Liverpool are today. So you've got to be quick off the draw to get those in. So be quick, be savvy. Otherwise, then that is the rest of the full fixture list, including the FA Cup at the bottom. So here we go, kicking on off with that Villa up against Everton. I can't remember what I went with the last one. I think I went with a win for Villa, but we'll see. Of course, last six, these two sides have played each other. 3 wins for Villa, 2 wins for Everton, and 1 draw. Last round at Villa Park was a 2-0 win for Villa back in August 2019. Wesley and El Hazi on the score sheet, giving Villa the win. They also played each other this season at Goodison Park was also a win for Villa back in May. Of course, Watkins and El Ghazi on the score sheet once again. Calvert-Lewin also getting a goal. Though Everton keep a clean sheet in 5 of the last 6 away matches heading into this. They're also undefeated in 12 of the last 13 away matches in the Premier League. They come into this just 1 defeat in the past 6 games. That is Everton. That was against Aston Villa. Meanwhile, speaking of Villa, just 1 win in 5 for them. 1 win was against Everton, of course, who these two sides just played a couple of weeks ago. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have 90-10 for Aston Villa, 12-5 is your draw, 7-5 is your Everton. Everton coming into this still in the race for Europe. They're in 9th right now. A win for them, they could go up as high as 5th. Goodness gracious me. As for Villa, they're in 11th, and with them they can move up to 10th, which would be a fantastic season for them as well. 2-1 win for Villa though on this one, of course. I think I went with them on the first one, so we're going to keep it as is. Next up we have Manchester United against Liverpool. Of course, this one's the postponed one. Will it go ahead? We'll wait and see. Of course, all eyes will be on it later on. Of course, it's a meaningless game really in regards to the title, but it's still, I can give Liverpool a bit of a boost if they could get their win here to kind of put the spotlight back on them heading into the back end of the season. Anyway, they played each other the last 6, just 1 win for United, 2 wins for Liverpool, and 3 draws last round at Old Trafford. In the league was a 1-1 draw back in October 2019. Goals coming from Adam Lallana on the score sheet for Liverpool. Marcus Rashford getting the goal as well. They also played each other this season at Old Trafford. It was in the FA Cup. It was a 3-2 win for United. Greenwood, Rashford, and Fernandes on the score sheet. Salah got a brace. They also played each other one time this season at in Anfield. It was a nil draw back in Jan. United undefeated in 9 last 10 home matches against Liverpool. Liverpool are undefeated in the last 6 matches, so they've got the groove back on again. Speaking of those last 6, in the last 5 they actually won 2 and drawn 3. As for Manchester United, just 1 win in the past 3 games. That one was against Aston Villa. Of course, they lost to Roma. They also lost to Leicester City just the other day. I'm sure they play a stronger side here. Look at the bookies odds on this one. 9-5 for United, 40-5 is draw, 30-10 is your Liverpool. Of course, Liverpool are in 6th right now. A win for them, they could go up to 5th. As for United, they are 2nd, and they'll be 2nd no matter what. I've gone with a draw on this one. These games usually pan out to be a bit of a draw, a bit of a damp squib. I'm hoping for goals though in it to make it a little bit lively, but that's pretty much all I could get excited about. Meanwhile, Newcastle United up against Manchester City. Of course, they are champions. Will they get the Guard of Honour? They could just do that. Stevie Bruce, of course, will maybe orchestrate that. Anyway, the last 6 between 2 sides, 1 win for Newcastle, 4 for the champions, of course, and 1 draw last round at St James's Park. Was a 2-2 win for, in fact, last time they played in the league at St James's Park was a 2-2 draw back in November 2019. Jetro Williams on the score sheet, John Jovi as well. Kevin De Bruyne and Raheem Sterling getting the goals for City. They also played each other this season at the FEI. It was a 2-0 win for City as well back in December on Boxing Day, actually. City, though, winning in their last 11 away matches in the Premier League. They also undefeated in 27 last 29 matches against Newcastle in all comps. Newcastle coming to this just 1 defeat in the past 6. Of course, that 1 defeat was against Arsenal. Good bit of form right now. Also 1 defeat in the past 6 games for City. That was against Chelsea just the other day. They lost, but they're still champianos. City coming to this 4-1 for the Richard 11-1 is your the Geordies. 5-1 is your draw. Of course, Newcastle all the way down to 16th right now. They are safe as houses. A win for them. They can move up to 13th. Of course, City are top and they'll be top no matter what. Going to go with a win for City on this one, 3-0. Move the chains. Next up, of course, them 6-figure figures always it is.
Burnley, that's right.
Taking, of course, Leeds United. Both of these two sides be back in the Premier League next season. Those are the last 6, 3 for the Freaks, 2 for Leeds, and of course 1 draw last round at Turdmore. Was it back in 2016? It was a 1-0 win for Burnley. Scott Arfield on the score sheet back in the Championship. They also played each other this season at Ellen Road. It was a 1-0 win for Leeds back on the 27th of December. Burnley, though, failing to win their last 8 home matches heading into this. In fact, just 2 wins in the past 6 games for them. A lot of defeats knocking around. As for Leeds, just 1 defeat in the past 6 games. 1 defeat was against Brighton. A couple of games back on the road as well. Me with the bookies odds on this one. Burnley 90-10 for the victory. 30-10 is your Leeds. 30-5 is your, of course, your draw. Bamford, of course, getting the spotlight right now. Is he going to go to the Euros? We'll see. Leeds, though, in 10th right now. Win for them, closing on 9th. The Freaks are down in 15th right now, and win for them, we can move up to 13th in the end. What have I got on this one? I've gone with a win for Burnley on this one. What am I thinking? Meanwhile, Southampton up against Fulham then, shall we? Those are the last 6, 4 for the Saints, 1 for Fulham and 1 draw. Of course, Fulham are down. Unfortunately, they'll be back in the Championship next season. Of course, last time around at St Mary's was a 2-0 win back in February 2019. 2019. Goals come from Aurelio Romeo and, of course, James Ward-Prowse getting the goals. Also, picture this is at Craven Cottage. It was a 0-0 draw on Boxing Day. Southampton keeping a clean sheet in 6 of the last 7 matches against Fulham. Fulham, though, losing 6 of the last 7 matches in the Premier League heading into this. Speaking of those last 6, it's been 5 defeats and just 1 draw. 1 draw was against Arsenal. So Southampton just 1 win and 6 as well. That 1 win was against Palace just the last time around. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Southampton 2019 on for the victory. 30-5 is your draw. 14-5 is your away win. That is Fulham. Fulham all the way down in 18th right now. Win for them. They can close in on 17th. But again, they are home and Hove. Southampton are 14th right now. Win for them. They can move up to 30th in the table. 1 win for the Saints. They keep on marching on. Of course, maybe Danny Ings get another goal to boost his chances for Euros. Next up, of course, we have Brighton up against West Ham United. They played each other the last 6. Of course, 2 for Brighton, nothing for West Ham, and 4 draws last round. Of course, at Brighton was a 1-1 draw at over in August 2019. Goal scorers on that day was Chicharito for West Ham, Leonardo Trossard getting the goal for Brighton back in the day. In fact, the last 4 matches between the two sides have all ended up even Stevens, of course, last time around this season down London Wales, a 2-2 draw back in December. Brighton, no draw. Yeah, we talked about it. Brighton keeping a clean sheet in 6 of the last 8 matches at home. West Ham have actually scored at least 2 goals in the last 3 away matches as well heading into this. The Hammers just 1 win and 4 for them. 1 win against Burnley, 1 win and 6 left for Brighton. That 1 win was against Leeds a couple of games back. Look at the bookies odds on this one. We have Brighton 9-5 for the victory. 29-20 is your West Ham. 5-2 is the draw. The Hammers need a win here. They, of course, if they win, they can close into Chelsea. Of course, to potentially 3 points depending on what goes on elsewhere. As for their opposition, Brighton, they're all the way down 16th right now. 17th right now. Win for them, they can move up to 14th in the end. 2-1 win in the end for the Hammers to keep on dreaming about the old Europa League spots or European spots next season. Palace the biggest Aston Villa this weekend. Of course, played each other the last 6. 2 wins for Palace, 3 for Villa, 1 draw. Last round at Selhurst Park was a 1-0 win for Palace back in August 2019. Jordan Ayew on the score sheet. Trezeguet got himself sent off for Villa. They also played each other this season on Boxing Day. It was a 3-0 win for Villa. Of course, Traore, Hauser, and El Ghazi on the score sheet for Villa. Tyrone Mings got himself sent off back in the day. They are also heading into this Villa just 1 win in 5 games. So then 1 was against Everton. Meanwhile, 1 win in 6 for Crystal Palace. That was against Sheffield United as well. Look at the bookies odds on this one. Palace 90-10 for the victory. 5-2 is your draw. 11-8 is your Aston Villa. Of course, win for Villa all the way down 11th. Of course, double match streak for them. If they win both of those, they could be up to 56 points, which would be 7th. Sorry, wouldn't they be? They'd be up to 54 points, which would still be 10th. As for their opposition, Crystal Palace just 3 points on the agenda for them. Win that in 13th right now, they could closer to 12th. 1-0 win for Palace on this one. I think it's going to be too much too soon for Aston Villa. Next up, of course, Spurs up against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Played the last 6 2 and 2 draws last round at Tottenham Way. Of course, it was back in March 2020. It was a 3-2 win for Wolves back in the day. Goals from Matt Doherty now in the books at Spurs, I believe. Diogo Jota and Raul Jimenez as well on the score sheet for Wolves. Bergwijn and Aurier on the score sheet for Tottenham, but of course they lost that game. They also mentioned this season at Molineux is a 1-1 draw back in December. Spurs though winning 5 of the last 6 home matches in the Premier League heading into this, also scoring at least 2 goals in 5 of the last 6 matches as well. So coming into this, it's been 2 wins and 2 defeats in the past 4 games for Spurs. Meanwhile, just 1 defeat the past 5 games for Wolves. They've started to click into a bit of top gear. Look at the odds on this one. We have Wolves coming at you 2-1 on for the victory. 10-3 is your draw. 11-2 is your Wolves. Wolves coming here find themselves in 12th. A win for them, they can move up to 11th. Of course, Tottenham are in 7th. A win for them, they can move into 5th. And maybe just push for some more Europa League spots as the season comes to a close. 2-0 for Tottenham on this one. I'm not sure about that, but we'll go with it anyway. Next, of course, we have West Brom up against Liverpool. Of course, champions no more. Played each other the last 6. 1 for the Baggies, 2 wins for the former champs, and of course 3 draws as well. Last round at the Hawthorns in the Premier League was a 2-2 draw back in August 2018. Goals coming from Jake Livermore, Solomon Rondon back in the day, Danny Ings and Mohamed Salah as well back in the day. Of course, the pleasure this season at Anfield was a 1-1 draw back in December. Liverpool undefeated though in the last 6 matches heading into this. The Baggies without a win in 4, in fact picked up just a couple of draws in that last 4. As for Liverpool, unbeaten in the last 5, picking up 2 wins and 3 draws to boot. Look at the odds on this one. We have the Baggies 11-1 for the victory, 92 on is your Liverpool. Of course, 11-2 is your draw. Of course, 6 points on the agenda for Liverpool. Win both of those, they could go up as high as 63 points, which would be 5th and be right in the hunt for, of course, Champions League spots. That's right, not just Europa League. As for their opposition, West Brom, of course, are relegated. A win for them, they can move them above Fulham in the process. 3-0 win. What have I done there? I got a bit eager there. 3-0 win in the end for Liverpool. Into the final Premier League game, it is Everton up against Sheffield United. Let's take a closer look at that then. Played the last 6, 4 for Everton, 1 for Sheffield United, and 1 draw. Last time around, Goodison was a 2-0 win for Everton. That was, of course, with Wilders in charge. Yerry Mina with a big fat OG Lys Mousset as well. They also played this season, of course, at Boxing Day. It was a 1-0 win for Everton over at Bramall Lane. Gylfi Sigurdsson giving Everton the win. Sheffield United, though, losing the last 7 away matches. Everton failing to win 9 last 10 matches at home as well. Of course, Everton just 1 defeat the past 5. 1 defeat was against Villa. Just 1 win and 6 for Sheffield United. That was against Brighton, a couple of games back. Look at the biggest odds on this one we have. What do we have on this? we have Everton coming out of 5-2 on for the rest of 10-3 is your draw, and 8-1 is your long shots. That is Everton. I'm sorry, Sheffield United. Sheffield United are toast. They're down no matter what. As for Everton, 6 points on the agenda for them. Win both of that this week. They could go up as high as 61 points, which would be as high as 5th. That's right. They'll be competing with Liverpool for that 5th/4th spot. Who knows? I've gone with Everton on this one to smash take the 2-0. Into the final game we go. We're going to do a Brucey bonus, which is, of course, the FA Cup final. Of course, it is Chelsea against Leicester City. It's a fruity one. This one plays for the last 6. 1 for Chelsea, 2 for Leicester. 3 draws, of course, in all competitions as well. They also play each other this season at what they actually play each other in quick succession, don't they? Really, they played each other once already this season at the King Power as a 2-0 win for Leicester back in January. They also played each other last season in the FA Cup at one stage with 1-0 win for Chelsea back in the day. Chelsea, they're winning 10 of the last 11 matches in the FA Cup. Of course, Leicester winning 8 of the last 9 matches in the FA Cup. That's a bit of a weird stat. Of course, heading into this, Leicester just 1 defeat the past 6 games. 1 defeat was against Newcastle United. As for Chelsea, 1 defeat the past 6 games as well. 1 defeat was against Arsenal heading into this. So, of course, the bookies' odds are actually 11-10 on is your Chelsea, 5-2 is your draw, 3-1 is your Leicester. It should be a banger, this game. Really should be. I'm going to go with Chelsea on this one. 3-1 win in the end, which will be a first trophy for Thomas Tuchel. Either way, it's going to be a cracker, and I'm going to be looking forward to that one. Be sure to give the video some love and smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Also, get your predictions in, especially if you're in the mix for that title in the prediction. Also, check out the Discord as well. That's wide open. Come join in. We've just been talking about football jerseys earlier today. We've got a lot of stuff to talk about over the summer as well. We've become best mates for life. And, of course, you'll be having maybe a sneak peek insight into, of course, the channel as well. Also, check out the links down below on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and Patreon. If you want to become that extra mile and become really good buddies with me, you can become the next member of the Patreon gang. We're trying to get the numbers back up on that to try and kick on forward into the new season because it's going to be banger next season. Until then, though, I'll see you all soon for the next one. Until then, I am out.